Nice to meet you. Have a seat. Obviously, you're here for your interview today. Went over your files here. I got some stuff here. Just to continue to go over with you. Just want to know your history of certain things and stuff like that. Yeah. You are our number one candidate here, so this is kind of the final process. We just want to go over some things. I'm going to let you know the lay of the land here, what you'll fully be doing and stuff like that. Just to get, so you know and you're sure you want to take this. This is like a last interview here, just to make sure you're ready for this. I know it sounds a little daunting and you'd be a little like, what? But we got to go over everything. I need to disclose to you that last two people that worked here, one straight up vanished. Another did their 5 months, but was a bit broken mentally. But these are the reasons these happened is because they didn't follow what they should be doing. So I need to go over this with you thoroughly. You kind of need to. I hope so. The other two people said the same thing. Oh yeah, we'll do this. It's going to be done properly, and we're not going to overstep this and do that. And then they do, and things happen. You'll be signing a waiver. Like I said, you could walk out right now. All right, I like to hear that. All right. So I got some stuff here. So just as you say, you have a history, you have some, firstly, the main thing is here, you're kind of the caretaker of the grounds, right? It's a little more involved than that, but that's what we're calling it. Yeah, it says here in your thing, you got experience with landscaping, plants as well, vegetables, yeah. Which is good because I'll tell you right now, we do have a greenhouse out back that's growing vegetables right now, a good amount. Those are for you. You just need to take care of them. They'll grow fast in there. We've modified this greenhouse, kind of can control it. It's set to its thing. You don't have to do anything other than water these plants once a day. Typically, it depends if it gets cold. Oh, and there's a skylight in there. Pop that open as far as it can go when it's extremely hot out, because it does need some air, a little bit of airflow in there, but that's for you. We've got tomatoes in there, there's eggplant growing, a couple of different herbs, I forget which ones, peppers, green peppers, I think jalapeno, strawberries, we do have another spot too that's out. You'll have to water as well, but that's just outside of the greenhouse. Those are zucchinis and cucumbers. I think there's a few other things out there. It's been a little bit. There might be lettuce growing somewhere, beets or something. I don't know. It's extra vegetables. It's all on you. If you don't want to water them, you don't. But you're gonna run out of supply because, as you know, when you would have read the job description, you're gonna be the only one here. 80-90% of the time, you will get shipments bi-weekly over the course of the 5 months. They'll bring some extra food, water, drinks, stuff like that. You can put in through the company. It's our company, obviously. You can put in what you want, specific things. If they have it, they'll get it to you. If you like certain sodas or, I don't know, iced tea, whatever. Certain foods and stuff like that, they'll hook you up, but they come bi-weekly with stuff. It depends. Like, you need to keep up. Like, the database is going to know. It's very involved. Like, they're going to know what's coming out of the fridge and what snacks are going and stuff. I'm sorry, not the snacks. The fridge, it will know. This fridge is on a system where it knows what's in it. It's a smart fridge. So So they'll know on that front. The snacks you're gonna have to, if you feel like you're low on something, don't go too nuts. This is all on the company's dime, but we don't want you like, oh, I need 50 bags of Doritos. You're going through Doritos. I mean, listen, I know I'm like that too, but yes, they do have all that alcohol. They have. You don't start. You wouldn't be. Well, we'll get. Make sure you want this at the end of the interview. But if you do, there is some alcohol here. They'll bring some. It's not a big selection. They don't really want you to bring a ton. You could bring your own. They don't really want you getting shit-faced. But if you can handle yourself while buzzed or drunk, so be it. But I would advise against getting too gourded. Or if you're going to get gourded, stay indoors. So let's say I'll get into that later in this interview. But landscaping, you got to cut the front lawn. Every 2 weeks, you could do it every week if you feel like it. If you're getting bored, I will say boredom becomes a problem up here sometimes. So if you want to get out there every week, you can do it every 2. Just don't let it get too out of control because it'll clog up the mower and it's just going to be more work for you. Yeah, it says there's a weed whacker. That really, that's it. You don't have to go nuts. You could pull some weeds out if you prefer. We got a weed killer in there, I think, but that's not necessary. Just want the lawn kind of well kept. Yes, these 5 months, especially like the mid-April to is May, June, July, August, into about mid-September, late September. I forget what the exact date will be. It's just like 5 months. It might be like 2 or 3 days over a full 5 months. I forget. Oh my god. I blanked. I completely blanked. The summer month. These summer months, everybody's gone home. Kind of the technicians and some of the scientists and stuff like that, because they're off doing something else. And this kind of facility stays kind of dormant. There's some other things you'll need to do. I'll talk about. You probably would have seen in the job description, but it's more about keeping an eye on the property. It also said you are. Yeah, this is an important one. You are familiar with firearms. We do have 3 guns on site. I'll be giving you the locker code. You have a shotgun, a handgun, and a rifle. They're for a few reasons. It's going to start to get serious. You're still on board with this. Okay. And it also says you do have some survival skills here as well. It doesn't have to be nuts. I'm not saying you got to go out into the deep woods and last a month with nothing. You got to figure it out. Just some things you need to know how to do. It says that here. You could be lying, honestly. You're not really going to run into that. Because this facility's run, it has generators. If the power goes down, generators go up. The tanks are filled. We got a propane shipment 2 days ago that will run. I mean, the power doesn't go out here much. It struggles a little bit sometimes when everybody's here and there's a lot of experiments and stuff going on. Things being done. Runs through more power. I said, these generators work. Those propane tanks could last 2 to 3 weeks running continuously if the power's out. If the power happens to go out for more than 48 hours, we'll show you later how to just you can turn that thing off manually if you have to, and then when you turn it back on, it knows its little thing. It does a 5-minute every week, every Friday at I believe 12. It does its little test to make sure it's working. You'll be covered on the electricity. The Wi-Fi is solid here. It's our own system. We have our own satellites. You should be good on that. That will. It doesn't matter. That's not going to go out. If that goes out, something good didn't happen. Something not good didn't happen, I should say. Because even if the power goes out, once that generator kicks on, it's going to give power back to the router and the modem. And the connection's going to reconnect. And service is solid here. Sometimes heavy storms will affect it, but it should be fine. Because we want the people here watching a place to have their internet. You've got a couple of different TVs here. You got the common room television. You'll have one in your bedroom. There's one in this back room as well. So we want you to not break. It's a demanding job on the mind. It can be a little tough with stuff too, work-wise, especially when it gets really hot and you're out there doing some of this outdoor stuff. You got to just kind of, because we need you to check. There are also, you'll be checking. Now there's 20. We have a chart with them on it exactly where they're located, but I'm trying to go off memory. It's about 15 to 20. I don't know. It could be 18. These tubes you need to check that are in the ground or around the grounds. Just got to check them and make sure their levels are above 5. They drop below 5. We have the stuff you'll need. We'll show you that later. Out in the maintenance garage, you just fill them up. Those are to keep some of the insects around here get in, and sometimes they can get into things you don't want them getting into. Okay. And there are some interesting bugs around here. Like I said, this is full disclosure. You know some of this. You'll have to sign NDAs and all that shit. Because we're doing a lot of stuff here. Are you okay with all this? Perfect. But, it's very lax. Obviously, there's no uniform or anything required. You wear whatever the hell you want. Whatever clothes you bring, wear them. We got washer and dryer. So you don't have to bring... I'd realistically say maybe bring like a week to 10 days worth of clothes if you have no problem wearing the same shit. It doesn't matter. Like I said, you're going to be chatting with the person that does the deliveries every 2 weeks. I mean, you can call people you want to. The phone service now is not great, but if you have Wi-Fi stuff, you can call whoever the hell you want. Just do not disclose a lot of the certain things that are being done here. You want to talk about basic stuff, go ahead. But like I said, check those traps. They're kind of like traps, these tubes. They should be fine. They probably would need to be filled. Certain ones are taken, but like there's a lot of bugs on the left side of the grounds. For some reason, they really try to get up and over here. I don't know. They're attracted to the stuff that's happening over here. And it's affected some of the bugs in this area. So you're going to see some things that might be a little bigger. I'm not saying like in the movies. The ant is like the size of a house, but you might see a hornet that might be like this big, or an ant that's more like maybe that. And some other bugs you might see, nothing crazy. There are snakes and stuff. They don't bother anybody. They kind of just do their thing. They have not gotten bigger. There's some other, you'll see deer and stuff like that. That's just whatever. They're doing their thing. They don't bother you. Like I said, the greenhouse is protected from them trying to eat anything, but they don't really mess with the cucumbers and the zucchini. There is a small pool, galvanized tub pool out back. You can use that when you want. You're going to actually, that's another thing, you have to put chlorine in there about, once a week, depending on how much you're using it. Run the filter runs on its own, actually, I should say. You don't have to worry about that. If it happens to go out, you'll have to reset it to like, I think 2 to 4 a.m. it runs. There's a small tub, but good place to go in there and just kind of chill and stuff, right? We have here, you could see on the shelves when you came in, we got video games, we got books, a good amount of books. There's a healthy amount of movies there, Blu-rays and stuff. Maybe like 50, 60. There are, I believe Netflix is on here. Maybe it's one of the other ones. That's the only one. They don't want to go nuts. Like I said, they got the movies and stuff. Netflix seems to have an endless amount of crap, so... And you could bring stuff if you'd like. Or if you have your own services, you might actually just... you might be able to just hook those up to the TV, too. I don't know. But you got plenty of games from the latest systems. You get retro stuff. You look at like you're around my age. 2 years younger. There you go. We got stuff here. I mean, the people here play this stuff, too. Like, we try to keep it, kind of loose and stuff. There is a town, but it's about 35 minutes away. I mean, if you were to go in there, you'd have to do it on the, I think it's Friday is the day where there's not a lot to do. You got to get in, but you can't linger there. We don't want people off the grounds for more than like 45 minutes, an hour. Because there's things you have to set and shit. Some things have to be set every hour, every 2 hours. Like I said, we'll go over all that. But it says your firearms you know about, landscaping, plants. You don't really know much about plants, but or landscaping, but we had to put that on the thing, right? You're gonna be collecting samples as well. There is a little stream down there, right kind of before the wood line. There's a stream. We want you to collect samples from that bi-weekly as well. We'll talk about that more. There's a couple of little tubes. Just collect them, put them in their little thing, write the date on it. Just put them in their thing. You don't have to do anything else with them. They're in temperature control. They'll be in a temperature controlled room and everything like that. We do have a gym in the maintenance garage as well as a treadmill, I think a workbench, like a lap machine or some shit, I don't know. Some weights and stuff like that, just to keep you busy. Same thing, get on that treadmill for them. Because like I said, there will be downtime, not over the course of some of the day, like the Friday you'll have a lot of downtime, but outside of having to, like I said, keep track of these things and set things hours, I don't consider that much of anything. But in terms of doing like a lot of things, collecting samples, checking things, doing landscaping type stuff, dealing with the plants and stuff. I forgot. You might have seen the tower when you walked in on the north side. About 2 times a day, just go up there. Spend a good 15 to 20 minutes up. I mean, you could go up there other times if you'd like, if you got nothing to do. But we want you to just kind of survey the area. There's binoculars up there, some other stuff. Just kind of keep track of any strange things you might see, or obviously if there's any fires or anything. It's not a huge thing. We just want kind of the general area. You don't have to be like, oh my God, something looks like it's happening 10 miles in the distance. It's not our problem. But our grounds are kind of vast, so just kind of keep an eye on it. There are a few poles, kind of, they look like phone towers. They're not. But you'll see them in directions. They're kind of like the beacons or like the markers of where the land for this ends. You just need to see those. You don't need to journey out in there. I will get into that in a minute. But go up there about twice a day. Just take a look at lay of land things. One in the morning, one kind of like right before dark. Full darkness. It could be a little after, whatever. If you want to go up there at night too and see, hey. No, it's not like a fire watchtower. It's not like super high off. It's above the tree line. It's not like I said, you're not. It's more for stranger happenings and stuff. Well, like I said, we'll get more of this later when you talk with Jessica and Dave. They're going to tell you more. They're going to show you around the grounds and stuff. All right, so we'll end on this. The 2 people, I'll be honest, there's no problems up until these last 2. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. The first one broke. I think they couldn't handle not having people. They might not have had a lot of friends to talk to outside of here. They're only talking with the person doing those deliveries. I don't know. Or they ventured and did something they shouldn't have done. Because, full disclosure, you will hear things in here. Okay, there might be some sounds, maybe even sounds like talking. Ignore it. You good with that? You're the last one through because you said you had experience with this kind of stuff too. You said you had a ghostly experience twice in your life. I'm not going to get into it, but we saw that. We're like, okay, this person will be able to deal with hearing some voices. These are things you don't need to worry about. If you'd like, you could jot them down when they happen. Hey, that information helps us too, but these are not threats, okay? These voices are not threats. These sounds are not threats. A lot of things happen here. They do a lot of things here. I'll leave it at that. But a thing that is a threat, and this was probably why the last person disappeared. And we know this because this place is monitored. Monitored? And that there are a few cameras, but they're in specific areas where we want to be watched. It's not in your bedroom, it's not in the common room, it's not in the kitchen, it's not in this back room, it's not in the bathroom. It's not even in the maintenance garage or the shed. There's a shed on the side that's kind of close to the wood line. As well, it's got a lot of the equipment in it and stuff. But like I said, they'll show you that. But you need to First person, you do not, like I said, there's a stream at the wood line. Out there's gates and stuff, and you can't get past a certain point because there's electric fences. But down there is not. Do not go past the stream. We assumed the last person did. They disappeared, and then we saw they weren't, because you have to go into some of these areas with the cameras. We saw they hadn't been there in a few days, so we have to send somebody up, and they're gone without trace. I'm thinking they went into the woods. There are things in those woods. Do not venture towards the woods. It will most likely end badly. To me being honest, you might hear stuff from the woods at night if you happen to be hanging out on the front porch, looking up at the stars. We have a telescope, actually, if you want to check out the stars. You get great views up here. If you hear stuff, you might hear voices in there. Don't listen to that shit. Okay, I'm telling you right now, don't listen to it. I know it sounds a little crazy. Don't listen to it. Alright? I'm telling you, because we don't need another person. I mean, you sign waivers and shit. So we'd be like, hey, listen, man. Here's a waiver, dude. We told them not to go in the fucking woods. The breaking thing's on them. I mean, we tell you about the voices and stuff. If you can't handle it, you can't handle it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But don't be trying to get any money out of us. Right? I mean, if you have a metal detector and you want to bring it up here, you can search the ground. I'm telling you, though. Maybe during the day, if you wanted to go a few feet, maybe 10, 15 feet past the stream, go right ahead. But, I would say try like a rope to a tree and then to yourself. Because those woods, they'll play tricks on you and shit. We've had people go out there, scientists and stuff, disappear. Be smart. We still have a lot to study on those woods. I tell you not to go out there. That's all I'm saying. Don't go out there. They'll show you the wood line when you go out there. You might even hear some shit. So, I'm telling you, that's the last thing I want to tell you. Are you alright with all this? Are you sure? Alright. Well, welcome aboard. Oh, yeah, you'll get your paid weekly. It's going to go right to your account. You gave us that information. Or did you? Oh, you have to. Or you go. Yeah, they'll be able to figure that out up front. Give them your information. You'll get your thing weekly. If you don't, contact that. They'll give you a number. They'll get it to you. No, you can't get deliveries out here outside of the... Actually, you know what? You can. There are some drop boxes out in town. So you can say, if you have anything coming, you can tell the delivery guy to get it. Get those things for you. It will be in the area he's in anyway, collecting supplies to bring you. I'd throw him a little tip, though, or something, because, it's a little just extra work, right? I would not advise trying to get any of your friends to come up here. That would not be smart. So I'm going to say, the point is the isolation. You're not, outside of the delivery dude who works for the company, and we've known for years. We don't want outsiders. You're going to be part of this group now. You'll do your 5 months, and if we like what you did, you might get another job here, or maybe you come back for another 5 the next year. We had someone last 5 years, and then they took another job in the company. And doing real well for themselves. So. But we want to break that streak of the last 2 things going wrong, okay? So, I had to come up here and finish the one. It was like 2.5 months. I was like, are you kidding me? I think it'd be a lot of games, though. But yeah, alright. Once again, good to meet you. Good luck with everything. Jessica and Dave will tell you the rest when they lead you around. They're going to reiterate a lot of the shit I said. Stuff like that, alright? Just have fun, man. Work a writer or something like that. Work on that. Whatever you want to do. Alright.